Welcome to the MS-Perspektive podcast, Perspective with a K as I'm German. I'm Nele von Horsten, MS patient, patient advocate and author. I'm bringing you interviews, inspiration and information about living with multiple sclerosis and show you ways how you can positively influence the disease and make the best out of your diagnosis. On ms-perspektive.com you will find the show notes, 11 free tips as a PDF and lots of other information. And now the show begins. Thanks for tuning in again and welcome to episode number 96, From Fatigue to Focus, the Power of Sleep and Exercise in Managing MS, an ECTRIMS special. Sleep is one of the most critical yet often underestimated aspects of managing MS. For many of us living with MS, poor sleep can worsen fatigue, brain fog and other symptoms, making daily life even more challenging. The good news is that improving your sleep isn't just possible. It can lead to meaningful improvements in your energy, mood and overall well-being. In this summary from ECTRIMS 2024 papers, I'll explore recent research on how sleep and physical activity interact in MS, along with tips to help you get the restorative rest you deserve. Let's start with paper number 1, Assessment of Sleep Quality and its Relationship with Physical Activity in Patients with Relapsing-Remitting Multiple Sclerosis, by Rocio Lopez-Ruiz and others. Sleep and MS, how better sleep can improve your quality of life. If you are living with MS, you've likely experienced challenges with sleep. Many people with MS report trouble falling asleep, staying asleep, or feeling rested when they wake up. These difficulties can lead to fatigue, mood changes, and difficulty concentrating, making it even harder to manage daily life. The good news? A new study offers insight into how improving your sleep quality could positively affect your MS journey and how physical activity might play a big role. What was the study about? This study focused on understanding the relationship between sleep quality and physical activity in people with relapsing-remitting MS, or known as RRMS. Researchers conducted a 12-week exercise program and tracked changes in sleep, fatigue, cognitive function, and overall quality of life. The aim was simple: to see if moderate physical activity could help improve sleep and its related challenges. Key findings. Here's what the study discovered and why it's important for you. Number 1, improved sleep quality. Participants reported better sleep efficiency, longer sleep duration, and fewer interruptions after completing the program. On average, the time it took to fall asleep decreased significantly, from 11 minutes pre-program to just 9 minutes post-program. Number 2, reduced fatigue. Fatigue levels were lower after the program, helping participants feel more energized and better equipped to manage daily tasks. Number 3, better cognitive performance. Some participants experienced slight improvements in memory, focus, and reaction time. Also, more research is needed to confirm these findings. And number 4, enhanced quality of life. Improvements in sleep and reduced fatigue led to better overall well-being and mood. Why does this matter for you? Sleep plays a crucial role in managing MS symptoms. When your body gets the rest it needs, you are better equipped to handle fatigue, maintain focus, and manage stress. The study highlights how a simple, moderate exercise routine can help improve your sleep and, in turn, your quality of life. How reliable is this study? This was a single-centered observational study with a small sample size of only 23 participants. On the Cochrane scale, it provides moderate evidence due to its controlled design and specific outcome measurements. While it doesn't prove causation, it strongly suggests that exercise could be a helpful tool for improving sleep in people with MS. What can you do? If you are struggling with sleeping and want to try improving it, here are a few tips inspired by the study. Number 1, incorporate gentle exercise. Activities like yoga, swimming, or walking can be effective. Aim for consistency over intensity. Just 20 to 30 minutes a day can make a difference. Number 2, create a sleep routine. Go to bed and wake up at the same time each day. Avoid screens and caffeine before bedtime to improve your chances of restful sleep. Number 3, track your progress. Keep a sleep diary to note what's working and what isn't. This can also be helpful when discussing your symptoms with a healthcare provider. Number 4, talk to your doctor. If you are experiencing persistent sleep issues, bring them up during your next appointment. They can help tailor a plan that works for your specific needs. And finally, the takeaway message from this paper. Good sleep isn't just a luxury. It's essential for your health and well-being, especially when living with MS. This study underscores that moderate physical activity could be a game changer for improving sleep and reducing fatigue. Small, consistent changes can make a big difference. So why not give it a try? A better night's sleep might just be the start of a more energized and fulfilling day. You've got this. Let's move on to paper number 2, Sleep Disorders in Fatigue and Multiple Sclerosis, Association and Interaction, by Gabriele Pupilletti and others. Sleep Disorders in Fatigue in MS, Why Sleep Matters More Than Ever. If you are living with relapsing-remitting multiple sclerosis, you might already know that good sleep can feel elusive. This study dives deep into the link between sleep disorders, fatigue, and MS, offering valuable insights into how improving sleep could significantly impact your quality of life. Why this study matters? Over half of people with RRMS, so relapsing-remitting MS, report long-term sleep issues, including trouble falling asleep, staying asleep, or waking up feeling refreshed. This study examined how common these issues are, how they connect to fatigue, and what can be done to address them. What did the researchers look at? The study included 50 patients with RRMS and compared them to 52 healthy adults of similar age and sex. The researchers analyzed sleep patterns using advanced tests like polysomnography, a detailed sleep study, fatigue levels using standardized questionnaires, and the connection between poor sleep and fatigue severity in MS patients. Key findings. Number 1. Insomnia is more common in MS. People with RRMS were more likely to experience clinical insomnia compared to the healthy group. Number 2. Poor sleep quality equals higher fatigue. Those with worse sleep quality had significantly higher levels of fatigue. This connection was particularly strong for MS-related fatigue, which can feel different from the fatigue healthy people experience. Number 3. Sleep efficiency and REM sleep decrease in MS. Polysomnography revealed that MS patients had lower sleep efficiency, less time spent sleeping relative to time in bed, shorter REM sleep periods, which are essential for mental restoration. Number 4. Sleep disorders exacerbate fatigue. Sleep apnea and other sleep disorders were more common in MS group, further contributing to daytime fatigue. What does this mean for you? The study highlights a critical connection between sleep and fatigue in MS. By addressing sleep issues, you could potentially reduce fatigue and feel more energized for daily activities. Sleep isn't just a comfort, it's a cornerstone of managing MS effectively. How reliable is this study? This research is based on a controlled observational study which provides moderate evidence on the Cochrane scale. Polysomnography adds a high level of detail to the findings, making the results reliable. However, larger studies could strengthen these insights. What can you do to improve your sleep? Number 1, consult a sleep specialist. If you struggle with insomnia or suspect a sleep disorder like sleep apnea, speak to your doctor. polysomnography, or other tests can provide valuable insights. Number 2, create a sleep-friendly environment. Keep your bedroom cool, quiet, and dark. Establish a consistent bedtime routine to train your body for better sleep. Number 3, explore relaxation techniques. Practices like mindfulness, deep breathing, or light yoga before bed can help calm your mind and prepare for your rest. Number 4, stay active. Gentle exercise during the day, like walking or stretching, can improve sleep quality over time. Just avoid intense activity right before bed. And number 5, track your progress. Use a sleep diary or app to monitor your sleep patterns and identify triggers that disrupt your rest. And finally, the takeaway message. Good sleep is essential for everyone, but it's especially crucial when you're managing MS. This study underscores that addressing sleep issues can significantly reduce fatigue and improve overall well-being. By taking small, consistent steps to improve your sleep quality, you are investing in your health and resilience. Remember, even small changes can lead to big improvements over time. Sleep well and take care. You deserve it. Let's move on to paper number 3. Relationship between sleep disorders and information processing speed and multiple sclerosis, by Fereshtish, Ashtari, and others. Sleep and brain function in MS, how sleep disorders affect information processing. If you are living with progressive multiple sclerosis, known as PMS, you probably already know how challenging cognitive symptoms can be. This study sheds light on how certain sleep disorders, like restless leg syndrome, known as RLS, and obstructive sleep apnea, known as OSA, impact brain functions like information processing speed, known as IPS. The good news? Understanding this connection could help to take proactive steps to improve both sleep and brain function. What was the study about? This research focused on the link between sleep disorders and information processing speed in people with MS. The goal was to investigate whether RLS, so restless leg syndrome, or OSA, so obstructive sleep apnea, two common sleep issues in MS, could affect cognitive performance, especially the ability to process information quickly. Key findings. Number 1. Restless leg syndrome affects brain speed. The study found a strong association between RLS, restless leg syndrome, symptoms and slower IPS, so the information processing speed. In other words, people with RLS were more likely to have reduced cognitive function as measured by specific tests. Number 2. Obstructive sleep apnea, OSA, was less impactful. While OSA was evaluated, it didn't show the same significant connection to reduced IPS in this particular group of participants. 3. Why this matters? Slower IPS is one of the most common cognitive symptoms in MS, affecting your ability to quickly think, respond, and make decisions. By identifying sleep disorders like RLS, restless leg syndrome, it's possible to address this symptom and potentially improve cognitive function. How reliable is the study? This was a cross-sectional observational study which provides moderate-level evidence on the Cochrane scale. While it doesn't prove that RLS directly causes cognitive slowing, it highlights a significant association that's worth exploring further. The study's use of validated questionnaires and cognitive tests strengthens its findings. What does this mean for you? Improving sleep quality can be a powerful way to boost your brain health and overall well-being. If you are experiencing sleep issues like RLS, restless leg syndrome, or OSA, obstructive sleep apnea, ask your healthcare provider for advice. They may recommend sleep studies or treatments to address these conditions. Number 2. Prioritize sleep hygiene. Maintain a consistent sleep schedule. Limit caffeine and screen time before bed. Create a comfortable sleep environment with minimal distractions. Number 3. Track symptoms. Keep a diary of your sleep patterns and cognitive symptoms. This can help you and your doctor spot patterns and evaluate the impact of treatments. Consider therapies for RLS, restless leg syndrome. Medications or lifestyle changes like regular exercise and a diet rich in magnesium and iron might help reduce RLS symptoms. And finally, the takeaway message. This study reminds us on the critical role sleep plays in managing MS, particularly when it comes to brain function. By addressing sleep disorders like RLS, you might not only improve how well you rest, but also enhance your cognitive abilities and quality of life. Small changes can make a big difference. So why not start with one tonight? Rest well. You deserve it. And paper number 4. Ketogenic diet in patients with multiple sclerosis. Effect on fatigue, quality of sleep, and sleepiness. By Francesca Filippi and others. Can a ketogenic diet help with sleep and fatigue in MS? Insights from recent research. Living with multiple sclerosis often means navigating challenges like fatigue and sleep difficulties, which can have a significant impact on your quality of life. A recent study explored whether a ketogenic diet, KD, could help improve these symptoms, and the results are promising. Let's break it down. What was the study about? Researchers examined the effects of a 3-month ketogenic diet on fatigue, sleep quality, and daytime sleepiness in 38 people with MS. The ketogenic diet is a low-carbohydrate, high-fat diet often used in managing certain medical conditions. The participants followed different types of KD depending on their weight and health goals. The study used several tools to measure progress. Fatigue Severity Scale, known as FSS, to assess fatigue levels. Pittsburgh Sleep Quality Index, known as PSQI, to evaluate sleep quality. And Epworth Sleepiness Scale, known as ESS, to measure daytime sleepiness. They also track changes in body composition, including body mass index, BMI, and fat mass, FM. Key findings. Number 1. Reduced fatigue. Fatigue scores dropped significantly, meaning participants felt less exhausted after 3 months on the diet. Number 2. Improved sleep quality. Sleep quality scores improved, showing that participants experienced better rest at night. Number 3. Less daytime sleepiness. Participants reported feeling less sleepy during the day, which can make it easier to stay active and engaged. Number 4. Healthier body composition. BMI and fat mass both decreased, which can be beneficial for overall health and inflammation in MS. Why does this matter? Fatigue and poor sleep are common and often debilitating symptoms of MS. The study suggests that adopting a ketogenic diet might help manage these issues, offering a non-pharmaceutical approach to improving quality of life. How reliable is this study? This was a small observational study conducted at a single center, which provides moderate evidence on the Cochrane scale. While the findings are encouraging, more extensive research is needed to confirm these results and explore long-term effects. What does this mean for you? If fatigue and sleep issues are part of your MS journey, considering diary changes could be a valuable addition to your care plan. Here's how to start. Number 1, consult your healthcare team. Before starting any new diet, talk to your doctor or a registered dietitian. They can help ensure that ketogenic diet is safe and appropriate for you. Number 2, make gradual changes. A ketogenic diet involves significant dietary shifts, such as reducing carbohydrates and increasing healthy fats. Transitioning gradually can make it easier to adjust. Number 3, track your progress. Keep a journal to monitor changes in your fatigue, sleep, and overall well-being. This can help you and your healthcare provider Evaluate the diet's impact. Number 4. Combine with other approaches. Pairing dietary changes with other lifestyle strategies like regular exercise and good sleep hygiene can amplify the benefits. And finally, the takeaway message. The ketogenic diet might offer a new way to manage some of the toughest symptoms of MS, like fatigue and sleep disturbances. While it's not a one-size-fits-all solution, it's an empowering reminder that lifestyle choices can make a meaningful difference. Why not explore this approach with your healthcare team and see if it could work for you? Small steps can lead to big improvements in how you feel and live. And the last paper for today, number 5, Adolescent Sleep Patterns, Genetic Predisposition and Risk of Multiple Sclerosis, by Lars Alfredsson and others. The role of sleep in MS risk, what recent research says. Getting enough good quality sleep is vital for everyone, but it's especially important if you are living with multiple sclerosis or trying to reduce your risk of developing it. So this could be potentially for our children. A recent study from Karolinska Institute sheds light on how sleep during adolescence may influence MS risks later in life, especially for those with a genetic predisposition. Let's break it down. What did the study look at? This research explored the connection between adolescent sleep patterns, genetic predisposition, specifically the HLA-DRB1-1501 gene, which is linked to a higher risk of MS and the likelihood of developing MS. The researchers analyzed data from 1,235 people with MS and 1,765 controls to see how sleep quality, duration, and timing during adolescence could interact with genetic risk factors. Key findings. Number 1, sleep duration matters. Adolescents who slept less than 7 hours per night had a 40% higher risk of developing MS compared to those who sleep longer. Number 2, quality of sleep counts. Poor sleep quality during adolescence was associated with an increased risk of MS. Number 3, genetics and sleep combine. The risk was even higher for individuals who carried the HLA-DRB1-1501 gene and had poor sleep patterns. Number 4, shifting sleep patterns. Those with frequent changes in their sleep-wake schedule, e.g. staying up late and sleeping in on weekends, also faced an elevated risk of MS. By the way, this was me when I was younger, because I was going to parties quite a lot and sleeping in until, 1 p.m., something like that. Yeah, okay. Let's return to the paper. Why does this matter? This study highlights that sleep isn't just about feeling rested. It may play a critical role in reducing inflammation and supporting immune health, which is essential for managing or preventing MS. For those with a genetic predisposition, making sleep a priority could potentially lower their risk. How reliable is this study? This research is based on a population-based case control study, which provides moderate evidence according to the Cochrane scale. While it doesn't prove that poor sleep directly causes MS, the strong association and large sample size makes the findings meaningful. It's an important piece of the puzzle that emphasizes how lifestyle factors like sleep can interact with genetic risks. What can you do? Number 1, prioritize sleep. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night. Try to stick to a consistent sleep schedule, even on weekends. Number 2, create a restful environment. Keep your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet. Limit screen time before bed, and consider relaxing bedtime routines like reading or meditation. Number 3, pay attention to sleep quality. If you wake up feeling unrefreshed or have trouble falling asleep, talk to your healthcare provider. Issues like sleep apnea or insomnia can often be treated. Number 4, support young people. If you have children, like me, or teenagers, encourage healthy sleep habits early. This study shows how important adolescent sleep is for long-term health. And finally, the last takeaway message for today. This research is a powerful reminder that sleep is more than just rest. It's an essential part of supporting your immune system and overall health. For those living with MS or at risk, improving your sleep could be a simple yet impactful step toward better well-being. So, how about prioritizing sleep tonight? Small changes like going to bed at the same time every night or reducing screen time could make a big difference. You deserve it. I hope you enjoyed the episode and did not fall asleep while listening to it, but maybe have a good sleep tonight. I would really hope for you that you can implement some of the suggestions given in the papers. By the way, next time I will have an interview guest again, and it will be about late-onset multiple sclerosis, known as LOMS, L-O-M-S, symptoms, treatment options, and prognosis, with Dr. Abdülkadir Tunç. Dr. Abdülkadir Tunç is Associate Professor at Sakarya University in Turkey. So this will be interesting again, and I hope you tune in. I hope you stay as positive and active as possible, and of course, have fantastic sleep at night. And please, if you know somebody who might be interested in the podcast, suggest it and give it a rating wherever you are listening to it, or give comments, and see you next time. Bye! Thank you for listening today. I hope you found it helpful. You may also be interested in the previously published episodes and posts, which you can find at ms-perspektive.com/podcast. Perspective with a K. You can also get a free PDF with 11 tips for your positive impact on MS at ms-perspektive.com/newsletter. If you'd like to get in touch, you can reach me at nele@ms-perspektive.com or on social media. See you next time.